Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and we are finally coming to the end of Company of Heroes. I think this is part 11, 12, somewhere around in there. And I know my wife is going to be very excited to finally get the dining room table back since I've been monopolizing it for like a month. All right, we're going to jump right back into where we left off. Before we do, though, I'm going to do a little something different. I'm going to take a quick moment of silence for the Marines that lost their lives in Afghanistan and the civilians over there as well. All right, so we're going to get back into it, but you guys make sure you pray for their families. I know we're all hoping and wishing that they do well during these hard times. All right, so back into the game. I went ahead and got the movement done off camera, save us a little bit of time. So we are here in the combat phase. Wolverine had moved up. Sherman had moved up to get some stuff done. The Major is moving up in the hopes that he might be able to get to that victory point on the bridge. It's pretty much the only thing he can do. As far as the enemies, the infantry that have been damaged moved way back there to try to, get some healing going on. And the mortars moved up just a little bit so they could guarantee range on any targets they want to go on. Still trying to stay back out of most of my guys, though, their targets. And we do have a Panzer IV right here. I'll throw the icon up in the corner for you guys. So yeah, we're right here at the tail end of it, seeing how things are going to pan out. Now, let's see. I know I have a lot of armor piercing, all right, because I got a couple from the Wolverine. All right, I'm saying that right. Wolverine, yeah, the M10 Wolverine. And I got a couple from the Sherman. We're going to put all that towards this Panzer right here. This guy's going to take the brunt of it. And it's going to be 4 armor-piercing shells tearing him apart, which is good. And I'm knocking my little pieces around. All right. But we need to hit him with something else. So my mortars that are right here are going to drop their HE on him as well in hopes that we can get some damage going, right? Now, I do have some armor-piercing, or not armor-piercing, anti-infantry on this Sherman, but he can't do anything against that Panzer with it, so he will throw his anti-infantry towards the mortar team that's just off camera, try to get rid of those guys. And I believe that's all I can do with these American units right here. We'll cover the armored car here in a sec because they just stayed right on top of each other. Now, as far as the enemy goes, of course, he's going to be putting the Panzer IV has a couple of armor-piercing rounds himself. He's going to drop those right here on the Sherman into his frontal arc. And he has an anti-infantry that he's going to drop on my frontline infantry troops that are holding this victory point that I've been trying to protect. And mortar guys are going to put their their explosive damage onto him as well. Because if we look at our explosive, it goes purple first, then green. First green unit is the one that I'm trying to protect. So, of course, that's where they're going to drop it. Now, this is enough to kill them if they roll perfectly. I'm hoping they don't. And still, I've got sandbag shielding built all the way around him. So I'm hoping that's going to protect him. Now, I think that takes care of it. We know, actually, I don't even have to put markers there. We know we're going to kill the mortar team because the mortar team only had 1 health left. That's actually going to get us 2 victory points, or 2 experience points, rather, which is going to get us enough for our Pershing call-in. So we'll have a Pershing coming onto the board next round. Very lovely. Lovely. Look at that. Pershing coming in on the respawn point, but I think it's going to be too late for him to really do anything at this point. It's all right. At least we got there, though. At least we got there. We got 1 for free. Now we have, and let me move the camera up just a little bit without bumping these pieces. 4 damage. Right here for all the armor piercing straight into him. Boom. That's doing 4 damage. Now, if I can just get 1, I need just a black. Now, I do believe he gets a shield to this. Let me check. Let's see. Type of explosive. Yep, he does get a shield. So, green means he's dead, period. Black means there's a chance he's dead, and red means he survives. All right. Okay, we got 1 damage through. Now I need him to roll a red. If he rolls a red, he's dead. Red dead. Anything else, he lives. And he got the black. He saved it. Damn. Oh, that sucks. Okay, now... Oh, and I forgot. I did have the anti-infantry upgrade on him, but it was enough to kill off the mortar team anyway, so we don't have to even worry about that. One of the armor piercing on my Sherman is automatically going to go through. So I'll place that there. And the other, since he's aiming into the frontal arc, he's not hitting him from his rear, right? Means I do get to roll that. Now that's in the advanced rules, not the basic rules. So let's roll and see if we get a free stoppage. Yes, we do get a free stoppage. That is perfect. Sweet. All right, so only 1 damage. And I think that's going to complete it. No, wait. Got to do my damage here. We're going... Okay, wait. We've got to do the explosive so we know how many rolls we're getting. Because we're only getting 2 rolls defensively here. So let's see how much damage you get. And, oh, no. They got the green, which means they got the critical hit. Damn. All right, 1 guy's guaranteed dead. And now, if both of these come up red, that means they're dead. I just need them to last 1 more round. Or actually, don't need it. They're not going to capture it. Oh, very bad. I should have sent the major over here because the major is actually a respawn point. For them, they could get their guys back. But 1 infantry left. 1 single guy weathering the storm. My guys are just not doing too good. The infantry, they are constantly getting plinked the hell off. But that's all right. Buttload of damage against the Panzer. And Sherman took a little plink. And my guys took a lot. But we got rid of that mortar team. And the other set of advanced infantry they had, I made the choice to fall them back because they were just going to get torn up. To get close enough to do damage to my guys, they were going to get in line of that machine gun, which was going to pin them anyway. So might as well not give myself the free experience points. Let's pan over here to our other attack with the armored car. All right, so I honestly don't even need to worry about putting damage out on these guys. They have no way to survive with 2 anti-infantry and explosive damage coming on them. They're guaranteed to die. Now, they do get the anti-infantry die, but I do get a natural defensive roll against it. So let's roll and see if they are able to get another plink away on me. I really hope they do not. They don't. Okay, pass. Perfect. So no more damage. They got lucky squeaking through some damage on the previous round, but they were not able to do it on this one. Now, my goal was to move the major up on the next round, but I don't even think that matters because he would capture it, but there would be no rounds left for him to actually get points because there was only 1 round left. So I'm only getting, I think, 1 more victory point regardless of anything I do. So we'll play it out and we'll see how this stuff goes. But wow, that's just horrible. If I got him through just a little bit faster, I could have got him over there. But we did get in there, but they own the center. So let's pan over and let you guys see. They have 2 infantry back there, 1 coming from each side, and then 2 more mortar teams that are here against my sole bit of infantry that are here, the conscripts. And the thing of it is the conscripts, I could have given them orders to move forward with some command points, but I just did not want to waste the command points on them. I felt I needed them on the right to hold out better. So let's see how badly they tear me apart here. They are going to get 2 mortars dropped on me. Remember, again, they can fire. Technically, normally they wouldn't have sight, but the AI does get the different sight rules. and it is reciprocal. So if I did have someone, if they were a mortar team themselves instead of conscripts, they could fire back, but they can't. They can only shoot out to a range of 2, which both of these mortar teams were smart enough to definitely stay on the outside of. So let's see if they get a green at all. There's a good chance my conscripts are blown completely off the board. Let's hope not. Oh, that was close. I saw the black and I was like, don't go green. I thought I saw it twirl into the green, but no, red. That means just one guy is lost. That's not too bad. That's another round where they're soaking up fire from the mortar team, so they're not going after anyone else. All right, so looking over here on the Soviet side, after they got done tearing up the middle, which they own pretty well across the board, you guys can see I moved up my tanks. I moved up it was Su-85 or 76. Which one is it? 76. Yeah. Moved up to 76 to get him in range, and I haven't really decided yet where I'm putting all the fire. Let me grab some dice, because there's a lot of dice that need to go out here for potential attacks. All right, so they got their own Panzer IV way up here. These infantry moved up, some more Panzer Grenadiers. We've got some veteran Grenadiers, and these veteran Grenadiers have still been sticking in. All right, now I know their anti-infantry is going to go after my infantry that are going for this victory point because they want to keep them from getting it. So and this is the key. I have not been able to capture a victory point with the Soviets the entire game. Only the Americans have done it. All right, so that gives them enough to technically kill these conscripts. But the conscripts did spend points to put up some barriers, some sandbags to give them a chance to roll. All right, that's the 3 anti-infantry. 1 from the Panzer, 1 from the Panzer Grenadier, or 2 from the Panzer Grenadiers, right? Yep, Panzer Grenadiers here. All right, so that takes care of them. And these guys' anti-infantry is out of range of them. Otherwise, they would be cooked. They'd be done. So they have explosives. Now, let's see. What is the best direction for them to put it in? I think probably 1, 2. No, he's out of range. If they want to focus fire, they probably want to go for the IS. Yep. I think that will probably be their better bet, to try to focus fire the IS, because that will be explosive, and then 2 anti-tank shells coming in on the IS. So yeah, we'll do that because I think that'll work out best for them. All right, so 2 anti-tank or armor piercing onto the IS, and 2 explosives onto the IS. How much is his total health? Is 7. That is a frontal arc, so he gets 1 roll against that, but he's not going to get a roll against anything else. Wait, does he get a roll against explosives? Yes, he does get a roll against explosives. So he'll get a roll here, at least against 1, just depending on whether or not those are criticals, on how much damage is going to get through. All right, my tanks, I know, are going to focus fire their tank. But I don't think there's enough to kill it. Well, yeah, we want to try to put as much damage onto it as we can. Wait, no, I can kill it. That's right, because the IS-2 has 3 armor piercing instead of 2. And the T-34 has 2. That's going to be enough to kill the Panzer IV. Perfect. All right, so that's all their anti-tank. Now, he only has anti-infantry in the front arc, but both of those guys are in front arc anyway. And the IS-2 actually has his anti-infantry on a turret as well, so he can put it out in any direction. And here's my thought. I still got 3 explosives coming from this guy because he has a range of 3 rather than the normal 2. So I could try to just destroy these guys outright and get some anti-infantry on them. Okay. The key thing is, like, where do I put the explosives? Because I could kill them. They're going to get a defensive roll against anything, right? They're not going to get a defensive roll against explosives. So that could wipe them out. 3 explosives. If I got 1 critical hit and 2 blacks, That'd be enough to kill them. That would be really good. All right. We can't do anything about these guys. We're not going to be able to destroy them on this round. So I think we're going to divide it up this way. We will take 1 anti-infantry from this fella here, the IS-2, and we'll put there on the hopes that they roll badly and they get to hit through. All right? That's our hope. We're going to put 3 explosives onto the veteran grenadiers and 1 more anti-infantry just in case the roll goes bad from our T-34 arcing over to him. And just because our conscripts have no other place to put it, they'll put 1 right there. So there's dice everywhere. I mean, look at this. There's 4, 5, 9, what was that? 14, 15, 18 dice worth of damage going out back and forth. This has definitely become the key fighting point over this one victory point here on the corner, very edge of the map, because they got the building and they held it the whole damn game. All right, let's kind of work from our back. Let me tilt it just a little bit. We'll work back and come around. This is a guaranteed damage, so we know we don't have to worry about rolling for it since it's anti-infantry and they have no cover where they're at. So that's going to be a hit. We know 5 armor-piercing dice we don't have to worry about. So that's going to kill the Panzer IV. 5 health. He's done. Perfect. That is another experience point. Actually, that's another 2 experience points because I got 1 for damaging and 1 for killing. Now, those are done. All right, the rest of them are going to have to be rolled for to see what kind of damage goes through. All right, let's do this. Actually, 1 guaranteed from the armor piercing is going to go on the IS. He gets to roll for 1 because it's coming in on the front. Hopefully it's not a red. It is a black. Perfect. He does knock that off. Now we need to see what kind of damage these explosives put out. Hopefully no greens. And 2 reds. You got to be kidding me. 2 misses. Now that is sweet. That's perfect. Okay. That takes care of him. Let's look at our infantry. These are the key ones here. All right. They only get 2 rolls. So 1 guarantee goes through. Right? Well, see the 2 that way and 1 that way. Yep. Okay. So they were both crossing the sandbags, just making sure. And they do get to roll for these. So as long as I don't double red it again, then we'll be good. No reds. No! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Oh, no. Oh, they're dead. Shit. Damn. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Oh, that hurt. That pretty well finished the game right there. There 2 times I got right there on the cusp of gaining this control point. All they had to do was not die. And they died. Oh, that's brutal. That's probably gonna finish this one out. Okay. Let's roll for this one. See what kind of damage gets through. I should have kept that. It twisted itself over to a red. All right, so I need this to actually come up red, and they will finally die because those guys have taken all kinds of damage. Of course, it's black. They still survive. All right. Now, they have just 1 shield innately, so I need to determine what kind of damage is going to come through these explosives first before we roll for that armor piercing, or anti-infantry rather. Oh my God. 2 critical failures. Lots of red over here. Only a single hit going through, so we know 1 guaranteed damage. Oh, I thought those guys were dead for sure. All right, and we'll roll. Now I need another red. And of course, damn, all that damage and like nothing went through. They're still there. The only thing that died was the Panzer IV because I was able to guarantee enough damage going through. These SU-76s, they look really cool. They do a lot of explosives. But when you're playing with the random rules, the advanced rules in it, to where you can have critical hits and critical failures, that's a game changer. Because if you get those critical failures where it's just a miss, or a couple misses like that, it makes this SU almost worthless. Oh, that's so horrible. And a wasted set of sandbags. Oh, that one crushed me. That one really did. But they were able to do a little damage to the IS. And I have nothing on the board anywhere near close. Even if I bought infantry in the end of this round, they can't get anywhere near a victory point. So there's no way for the Soviets to get any victory points whatsoever. All right, so looking back at it and finishing out for this round, even if I take and bring the major up to capture this control point on the next round, that will only give me one extra victory point. So at maximum, I can get 5 victory points in this game, with 10 or 11, just depending on which enemy commander card you go with, being my goal. Or no, it's 10 or 12. So I think I was splitting the difference at 11. Yeah, they pretty well got me. They stopped me. Now, as far as forces on the map go, if we continue to play this out, actually I'll back it up a little bit. You guys see I control this area. The Americans just own this, right? Because on the next one I'd have the Pershing coming in, gain control of that bridge, have severely damaged their last tank over here. Their infantry, their last little bit of infantry, had fallen back for repairs, and I could push forward and pretty much just gain control of everything. They don't stand a chance, and especially with the extra resources I would get, because I could grab that munitions point right there, I would be having so many resources coming in that this AI would never catch up. But I think that's why they put the time limit on it, is that the player, if they play the way I did, where they kind of hang back and try to build their forces and then push up, yeah, you'll have a lot of units on the board, but by the end of it, if you don't push forward fast enough to gain those victory points and hold them, then you're really not going to stand a chance of actually winning the game. And I stood no chance. Even the feeble commander beat me. The middle of the board, they own. They've got 2 mortars, 2 infantry, and depending on how the last set of guys came in, it would either have been more yellow units coming in, which are the armored car type units, into the center, or on this side. Technically speaking, it'd be better for the center because they have such a stronghold. They could come in here and try to hold me at the bridge. Now that's against the Americans. The Soviets are in a similar situation. They have a good hold over here. There's not a whole lot of enemy forces left. What is there is infantry that has a hard time damaging the tanks that are arrayed against them, but the infantry are just holding. They're not taking enough damage to go down. That one set of infantry that was in that building, they just stuck. I mean, all the defenses that they had just added up, and they just could not be pushed off of that damn building. The armored vehicles I was able to clear out relatively easily. I think maybe I put a little bit too much towards vehicles and not enough towards anti-infantry on this side, and I think I ended up paying for it because I just was not able to ever gain control of any of the victory points here that I needed. So yeah, so we've got technically 1 round left, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call the game here, because as it stands, I'm at 3 victory points. I'd be at 4, depending on how the next round went. And like I said, 5 would be the max I could get if I got him there and gain control of that 1 victory point. The Soviets have no chance of gaining a victory point, so I know at best I would have half the victory points I needed. So the game's pretty well lost at this point, but it was definitely a hell of a lot of fun. I'm going to have one more video after this where I talk some final thoughts about the game. It'll be a short one, maybe a little 10-minute video. You guys stay tuned for that one. All right, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next one.